there are many of our people who are thinking more deeply and more broadly, looking at it as it actually is, and are beginning to see it more in the international context and the relation that it has with the African struggle, a human rights struggle, or the struggle for human rights. And as such, we can then take it into the United Nations.
And bring about the freedom of these people by any means necessary.
All right, once again, my name is Frank. We break a greeting from this great organization called the WCC. This recording is going to focus on some series of questions regarding your votes. So the question here is, have you voted? Or did you vote? Or are you going to vote? If you have voted, the question is, what is the weight of your vote? What is the value of your vote? That's the question this morning we have to ask you. What is the meaning of your vote? Who did you give your vote to? Who did you give your petition to in exchange of your vote? Who value your vote? Who value your petition? On what premises or what premise did you vote on? Were your requests heard for which you voted for? That means, does your vote have meaning? Does your vote define what is within your petition? Did your vote speak to authority? And did authority listen to your votes? Did your vote advocate for reparation? Did you see reparation in your vote? And to whom you gave your vote to, they did accept reparation. They did debate on reparation. They did promise you that they are going to make sure you get reparation. Did you see the inequality in your vote as it relates to education, healthcare institution, and the list goes on? Did you see the unequal distribution of resources in your vote? Did you see the unbalanced educational system in your votes? Did you see the corrupt justice system in your vote? Did you? Who did you give your petition to in exchange of your votes? Who debated your petition when it comes to the criminal justice system in this country? The unjust criminal justice system in this country. Who debated your petition as it relates to the prison industrial complex in this country? Who did you give your vote to? Do your vote have weight? Were your concern addressed within exchange to your vote? I'm not saying sell your vote, but the question here is, why did you vote? On what premises did you vote? Did you vote because somebody came out to say, do not let them take your power? Who are them? Do you have power? If yes, then why are we still struggling? Why are we still marching? Why the inequality? Why do we keep asking? Why wrongful death? Did you see the many lives that have been lost in the hands of those who supposed to protect life, and they got off unpaid leave? Did your vote have meaning? Did you see the many voices of those wrongfully killed crying in your votes? Who did you vote for? Did you vote on the emotion of those who came to you but never come to your rescue? Those who came to you, I don't know if you understand that. Those who came to you in asking for your votes but never come to your request, never come to your sorrow, never come to your cry, never come to your death, never come to the burial of your loved one. Who did you vote for? Did you vote on the premises of racism? Because the person that is asking you for vote might also be racist. The question is, who did you vote for? Were your concern addressed? And did they promise you that there is going to be policy change in this country? Did they promise you that you will no longer be stereotyped? You will walk freely in any part of this country, of the 50 states? You will have barbecue without being harassed? You will jog anywhere without being looked at in other ways? You will never be given a description that doesn't fit you? You will now be judged because of your color? A description of another person will not seem to be you? What did you vote for? Who did you vote for? Did you vote on your emotion? That's all. What did you stand for? Who stand with you in exchange of your vote? Did you see the 1994 crime bill that today most of our brothers and sisters are locked up in your votes? Did you stand for something before voting? Or did you stand for nothing? Because if you stand for nothing, you'll vote for nothing. But if you stand for something, like the inequality, reparation, injustices, the unbalanced distribution of resources, the unjust system, the unjust justice courts system in this country, racism and policing, even at the job place, different pay based on race. What did you vote for? Did you see all those Jim Crow laws that are still in existence today, that is still being applied in your votes? Who promised you that these change were going to change in a change of your vote? Or do you just want to vote? But let me tell you one thing. This election is not about you and me. It may shock you, but it is not. Wait and see after the election. This election is about the globalists. It's about the one world order. That's what this election is about. But you are being used as the scapegoat. You are being used as the campaign slogan for you to go vote. But it is not about you. It's about a global agenda. Either somebody is not pushing, and that person seems to be a nationalist. But within their nationalism, the person is focused on who is identified within his nationalist approach. So don't get it twisted. Who did you vote for? And why did you vote? Because it is not about you. It is the hard truth. Sometimes you got to swallow it because it is bitter. But it is not about you. It is not about the many injustices we see. That's not what it is about. It is about the agenda that is not being carried out by the nationalists who have identified as to who is the nationalist in his definition or in their definition. And some people are being left out within that definition of the perceived nationalist. So don't get it twisted. This election is not about the killing of George Floyd. It's not about Breonna Taylor. But that have been used to carry you away. And which of course I understand, You may say it is about it, but wait and see. It is not about the prison industrial complex, but those who put them there. This election is not about that. It's not about the 1994 crime bill. Because it is a business that create economic status for them. So why you think the election is about it? That they're going to change it? Don't get it twisted. Why did you vote? What did you vote for? And who did you vote for? Stand for something. And don't stand for nothing. Because that's how your vote will have no meaning. You want for your vote to have meaning. You want to be able to have self-determination within your votes. Self-confidence. Treated as human being within your votes. You want to be able to control your own destiny, your own community. Resources distributed equally. And not to be harassed anytime by ordinary citizens. Not even the police. Ordinary citizens. And not to be killed. By the time there's a 911 call, you should be treated equally, just how other people are being treated when there is a 911 call. Live to see another day. Live to be productive for another day. What is in your vote? Who accepted your petition? This morning, the message is, did you see reparation in your vote? Did you see equality in your votes? Who promised you? Who guaranteed you? Who accepted your petition? Who took your petition in exchange of your vote? Who is on your side? Or is your vote going to base on lesser of two evil? Evil is evil. There's no lesser of two evil. Evil is evil. If someone is not with you, they are not lesser. They are as equal to the other side of the person who you think is not with you as well. If people cannot address your situation, your frustrations, your problem, your struggle, difficulties, they are not with you. So don't get it twisted. Why did you vote? Who did you vote for? Don't be surprised. Tomorrow, you still be marching out there. So folks, the issue here is organizations, join a movement. You cannot do it alone. We have to come together. This fight is about unity. It doesn't matter your political affiliation or differences. It's about unity. We have to come together with this fight. And then our votes will have meaning. Because we will go to them and tell them this is our petition and let them hold it. And we will hold them accountable because they have our petition. But did you submit petition before voting? Did they accept your petition? Did they debate on your concern, on your petition? Don't vote on emotion. Vote for change that you want.
The Justice Bank. So what is the Justice Bank? I've talked before about the fact that we were trying to do a bail project, but we ended up deciding to do a mutual aid fund. The Justice Bank initiative will essentially take members, and you would pay a very low monthly membership fee. We're going to keep it low on purpose because we are servicing a people who are the most disenfranchised in this country, the most under attack, and it's not reasonable to expect that there's that someone could pay $30 a month, $50 a month, whenever you are of that group. Now, when you become a member, we're going to have a trial period, maybe say after 3 or 6 months, whatever, you are eligible to petition us for help with your expenses. Now, what type of people who are targeted from the prison industrial complex, what type of people would be eligible? Well, because we're doing a mutual aid society, that would be democratic. What we mean is that if you are a member of the Justice Bank, you would have a say in what types of, let's say, charges or offenses that you want to be covered under the Justice Bank. The idea is that all of us are putting our money in collectively because we are a target of the prison industrial complex. Every single day that we walk out, you as a Black person, you are seen as a criminal in this country, and that is a fact. And we want to offer a type of protection for our people, and almost like an insurance policy, honestly, that if you do have some type of run-in with the law, if you do have a charge, a criminal charge, that you can count on a mutual aid society to help you and assist you with those types of charges.
Nowhere in the world incarcerates as much as we do. We've seen extremely high rates of exposure to the criminal justice system for African American men with very low levels of schooling. So if we think about Black men who were born in the late 1970s and who are growing up through the American prison boom of the 1980s and the 1990s, the chances that they're going to serve time in state or federal prison if they dropped out of high school is about 70%. So going to prison for that group of Black men with very low levels of schooling, that's become a normal life event. And that's really only happened in the last 10 years. We're at this point now where there's about 1.2 million African American children with a parent who's incarcerated. That's about 1 in 9.